Did they actually improve on these? Let's see. What's up guys, Vinny here with Sneaker Tweaker and welcome back to another video. Today we have the performance review on the Way of Wade 808-3 Ultra V2. Now the 808-3 Ultra, as you guys know, is pretty much a favorite shoe when it comes to hoopers. The 808-3 line, or I guess the 808 line, is one of those shoes that people relate a lot to Kobe's. So as far as like just the performance aspects and just sometimes even the looks, people just love that line, and it's been like a staple within the basketball community for like the last at least 2 years. I know the 808-2 was super popular, and then now the 808-3, and I gotta say, Way of Wade just keeps bringing the heat, man, and this is no different. As always though, let's start off with the traction. Now, the 808-3 Ultra V2 features pretty much the same traction pattern as the V1, so nothing really has changed there. The traction uses their tough rubber outsole, which is pretty good as far as durability. So if you guys are wanting to take it outdoors, you definitely can. It's one of those shoes that you can. But not only that, just outside of durability, the traction performs really well. You can honestly, take these on dusty courts, clean courts obviously, but even dusty courts, and it's going to perform really well. And the more you play in it, the more you essentially put torque into these shoes and heat up that rubber, it's going to do better and better, and it's not going to collect dust as much. It does collect dust initially a little bit. I can't say it's really difference maker. It's going to bite through that dust. Honestly, you might even forget to wipe the bottom of your shoes here and there. I just do it just because it's a force of habit. However, you don't necessarily have to. So there's that. As for the overall like squeak as well, for those of you that like that feedback, it's going to have that as well, and it squeaks pretty damn loud. And then this colorway, it is a solid rubber outsole, so it performs even better. For me, last year with the 808-2, I had the Oxygen colorway, the 808-2 Ultra in particular, and that was a translucent rubber outsole, and I did not have a fun time in that translucent rubber outsole. It was honestly pretty damn slippery. But when it comes to solid rubber and just this model in particular, it performs really well. I can't say that I can tell you the difference between the solid rubber on the 808-3 between the solid rubber and the translucent rubber, because I didn't try a translucent rubber outsole, but the solid rubber outsole performs really well. As for the cushion, you guys know the 808-3 line or the 808 line features drop-in midsoles just like the Kobe line, so it's just another pretty much thing that they took from that line. I'm not gonna say that they copied it, but it is an inspiration to this line in particular. Now this uses pretty much Way of Wade's or Li-Ning's best cushion setup, which is Boom, and this uses a full-length slab of drop-in Boom midsole. And then you also have this torsional plate that goes from essentially the medial side of midfoot to the forefoot, which would help with torsional rigidity and also just propulsion. I guess we can kind of talk about the support on that aspect as well. But not only that, as far as the Boom midsole, you also have a nice strobo board right here underneath it. It's super soft, super comfy. Overall, the cushion is a nice ride, and I feel like in the V2 version, it's even better than the V1. You do get great impact protection. You get a nice bounce back and just responsiveness, and you also get great core feel. So anything and everything you want in the cushion, especially when it comes to like guard players, you're gonna get out of this shoe. Now for the fit, the 808-3 Ultra does fit more snug, or I guess the Ultra V2 fit a lot more snug than the regular 808-3. Not necessarily the Ultra version. The regular one, I've confirmed, is built on a wider last, whereas the Ultra is built on a more narrow last. So for those of you that have narrow feet or medium feet, or you should be good going true to size. But for those of you who have wider feet, there's a lot of, I have a slightly wider foot, so there was some squeezing around like my toe box, and that kind of took a little bit of breaking in. But after a few games or just 1 or 2 sessions, it was able to break in, and I was able to play in these without any discomfort. Keep in mind, if you also do wear cushion socks, that will also kind of squeeze it a little bit more. So I would keep in mind whenever doing that. And I mean, I wish, you know, I could say try these on in store, but there's really no way just yet. Hopefully they actually bring these to the States, which I'm hoping with, again, more and more of these Chinese brands becoming popular here in the States, because the way people are talking about it now, they didn't before. That essentially that demand for it hopefully brings it here as well. Again, fit, I would say true to size. If you're a wide footer, it does fit pretty snug. So if you can try it out, I don't know how, but if you can, do so. I know on their website, they do recommend going up half a size, so take that as you will. As for the materials and the support, the V2, I feel like just uses much better materials than the V1 did, honestly. Just the comfort of it and then the coziness of it is a lot nicer than the V1. And just the materials, even like this toe cap area, this kind of feels like kind of a suede material. It's not, I guess, not quite suede, kind of, I guess, synthetic suede. It still feels really nice. And then I feel like the upper is more malleable and easier to break in. You do also have this kind of this sock or this knit material, stretchy material on the tongue, which on the regular version, the V1, it wasn't like that. It was a rougher tongue. And then you also have this, essentially, I guess you could call it a high top, but this is more of like, I would say, just a knitted upper. It kind of reminds me of the Crazy Explosive, 2017 Crazy Explosive, where it was a knitted upper, making it a high top, but it's not necessarily a real high top. However, I will say that you do feel a little bit of support for your ankle. Again, if you do need ankle support, first and foremost, get ankle braces. These high top shoes aren't necessarily going to do the job for you. They're there and they look good and whatnot, but this is what's going to do the job for you. These outriggers, these wide bases, and then just the overall stability and the construction of the shoe is what will give you ankle support. So as far as like not rolling your ankle and whatnot. So this is nice. You get nice ankle mobility, you get coziness, you get, I would say you get, I feel like you get a little bit of ankle support, enough where it's supporting it but not restricting it. But again, a lot of shoes for the most part are stepping away from the high tops. This just reminds me a lot of the Kobe 9 Elites, the high tops, and then this line in general is very reminiscent of the Kobe 9 line. If you are liking that, definitely go with these. Now you also do get a carbon fiber midfoot shank plate. At the bottom, it is essentially bottom loaded, and then you also get this carbon fiber, kind of like this oval plate on the heel on the lateral side. You also have like these caging or these outriggers and these TPU sidewalls, and all of that's going to help with the overall support of the shoe. And honestly, this shoe is extremely supportive, and I don't know, it's a really supportive shoe. It's a really cozy shoe. The materials feel really nice, and you get all of that for a whopping, what, $159? And you can't really say that about, I mean, you can say that about other brands, but there's one brand you can't say that about, and you know, Nike wouldn't give you this much tech and a shoe this cheap. I mean, it's not cheap, but Nike wouldn't give you that much tech. But again, the retail price, as I mentioned, is $159. And then as for the weight of the shoe, for a size 9, and this is the one with the midsole, is 15.1 ounces, so it's a little bit heavier. And then without the midsole, 12.8 ounces. So the midsole does actually add a substantial amount of weight. Again, weight really doesn't matter too much to me at all, but if you do care about it, it's there. And I did forget to mention that you do get this nice big beefy heel counter right in the back, the TPU heel counter. And you do also have pretty much an internal heel counter as well. So as far as, you know, lockdown and support, it's absolute money. Now, a lot of people also ask us where we get our basketball socks from. The answer is from Amazon. They come in a pack of 3 that costs just as much as one pair of Nike Elite socks. The ones we have are these 2 muted colors, which the white one and the black one, and they are quarter length. So if you guys like quarter length, they have them available in that, but they also have them in the high top version. Like I said, they come in a pack of 3 that costs just as much as the Nike Elites, and these are pretty much the same thing, but without the Nike branding. They're cushioned, they're ventilated, and they're amazing socks, and they last a long time. If you guys do want a pair, hit the link in our description down below and go grab yourselves a pack. Not a pair, grab yourselves a pack. If you guys have played in the Wade 808 Ultra V2s. Let us know your experience down below. Which one do you prefer, this one or the regular one? Or if there are any other shoes you guys would like us to review, comment down below. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.